Hi, I'm Jess. I'm putting together this little tutorial on painting desert plants. I might make them into stickers or something at some point, but for now I think I'll just collect the best of them and Photoshop them together on the same page, and they'll be up for sale as a digital download in my Etsy shop, Castle on the Hill. I'll put the link in the description below too. So I've noticed cacti and succulents everywhere in the shops in home decor and stationery at the moment. So if you'd like to learn a little new mini skill and decorate your own stuff too, without having to pay out loads for it, you can give this a go. I have a few greens out in the palette here, along with white, which I mix with almost every colour I paint with. But even more so here, because we're imagining these plants are under the burning Mexican sun. So there has to be quite a lot of white mixed in there. Here I've just used the pale green first on this cactus, which is going to be the awesome saguaro cactus. That iconic, really kind of cactusy cactus everyone imagines when they think of, you know, Mexico and Arizona, which is where those plants grow. I'm painting just a baby one, so only about 50 years old or something like that, because the big ones grow to like 200 years old, which is just crazy. So I'm thinking like light green for this little one. If it were more realistic painting, I'd probably go for sap green instead. But I've really watered down this paint because I love the look of it when it dries darker at the edges. It gives objects a more kind of 3D look. So just take your time and think about the shapes of the plants, and just let the paint go where it likes within reason. And this is how it looks as I've just finished painting it. And I'm also adding a few more cacti here. That in the top left is the claret cup. You'll see why it's called that in a minute. And then the prickly pear, and then I was really lazy with my taxonomy here. Some kind of generic yucca or agave or something. I just love those shapes. And then look how cool they are when they're dried. I'm not being big-headed there. I'm just sort of saying that all, you know, watercolours and gouache look really cool when they're dried. And now I'm going to ruin them by drawing all over them. The next step was to give them some spines. So for this, I just used like a white gel pen, again really opaque so it stands out against the green. It's really useful to study plants carefully when you do this kind of artwork, so you can get the character of the object. For example, the saguaro's spines grow in lines right from the base straight to the top, but the prickly pear's spines are in kind of little dots around each what are they called, plates or something. So they grow completely differently. And now comes the fun bit, so adding your own surroundings and colours and your own palette basically. So you could just make it up, or do what I did, was to use traditional kind of colours and then that amazing red on that claret cup cactus. So here I just started off with a light mountainous background by thinking of the colour of the desert soil and sand, and then because it's in the background, it's obviously going to be a bit hazy and lighter, so I mixed the soil colour with a little bit of blue, the same blue as the sky, and then white, and then made it really watery. And then I just could not wait to get started on that red. I think it looks really good against that muted colour, those muted colours. Yeah, I just added a few little shadows and things for the tops of those cliffs, thinking about the bright sunlight shining down on them. And this was the colour of a painted wall in one of the reference photos I saw, and I thought it just looked amazing against the sap green of that cactus. I did a few other patterns and designs, like the tiny little pink pom-poms there, and did Dia de los Muertos skulls, but ended up discarding most of them. They just didn't really work with the overall aesthetic I was going for. So maybe ignore those bits. I really enjoyed putting these patterns on there. I was going for a look similar to the tiles and pottery and woven blankets used traditionally in those areas of Mexico. So like dots and zigzags and stripes and that in those, again, those muted colours, but with that red in there as well. And for this one, I often associate Mexico with one of my favourite artists, Frida Kahlo, for obvious reasons, and that amazing white Mexican lace. So I kind of translated that into a white wrought iron looking gateway, again with the white pen. I thought that looked really good against the black of the doorway there. As these aren't stickers yet, I'll just print them out onto my Epson matte archival paper, which is really nice quality and my paper of choice for making all my art prints at the moment. And then I'll cut them out, and I'm putting some double-sided tape on the back, then you know we can decorate what we like. Now, I'm not a big bullet journaler, in case you were wondering. This is about as far as it goes for me at the moment. Who knows, that might change in the future. But the skies outside are looking pretty dark here, so I think we're going to just cozy up and do stuff around the house today. I hope you liked the video, and if you're one of my amazing Patreon supporters, you will be receiving either the PDF or printed version of these images in with your reward, depending on which reward tier you've chosen. And again, thank you so much. I'll see you again soon. Bye!